What's up, everybody? We're talking Mary J. Blige says she don't need no hater-ation and the 2016 presidential debate. That and more on Black Hollywood Lives this week.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live this week.
Humiliate and shame other people. So in the case of the president ridiculing him, I think this was intolerable for Donald Trump.
I think that is the night that he resolves to run for president. I think that he is kind of motivated by it. Maybe I'll just run. Maybe I'll show them all.
Every critic, every detractor will have to bow down to President Trump. It's everyone who's ever doubted Donald, whoever disagreed, whoever challenged him. It is the ultimate revenge to become the most powerful man in the universe.
God bless you.
All right, that is a clip from the new PBS special that aired September 27th called The Choice 2016. It's the insight to the night Obama takes on Donald Trump. And let me tell you something, it's so good. It's so good, y'all gotta watch it. I mean, what'd you guys think? I mean, just that clip right there with Omarosa saying what she says. She says a lot more later on in the show, referencing that Donald Trump basically is in this election because he is just trying to get back at Obama pretty much for the White House correspondent dinner, that took place in 2011.
I mean, it's just like, here's now a documentary with a political advisor and, Omarosa, who I don't know what she does for him, but she works for him. You know what I mean? Like, that's the homie. And here they are boldly like, yeah, like it's an episode of The Frickin' Apprentice.
Right.
Like, it's his mastermind plan to become the ultimate.
But she talks about it like I feel like the Middle Ages, like a monarchy, crazy, like, let me overthrow the king and I will stab him and kill him and I will rule the world. Like, it sounds very not like democratic process. Like his motives don't sound obviously.
And she doesn't call President Barack Obama. She just says Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, disrespect.
She knows who she is representing.
The thing that really turned on the light for me is when she used the quote and said Obama kept going on with his jokes at the White House correspondent dinner, and she, he did go in. I will admit he kept going in,
but deservedly so.
And she said, Donald can't stand to be humiliated.
No,
and
I would.
And you could see his face, and he was. I mean, he Obama, I got to give him props for his jokes because he was shutting it down. But the fact that if it's true that he's running against or running in the race because of that,
like, this
it makes
was
a
your
lot
inspiration?
of things. It makes a lot of things make sense. To
I
me,
thought it was
actually.
to make America great.
Yeah. What about all the? Yeah, that's sad actually.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on with one of our topics about the presidential debate. But welcome to Black Hollywood Lives this week.
Yes,
I am your host, Derrial Christon, and joining me today is Courtney Stewart.
Hello, everybody.
And DJ Jesse J.
What's up?
I really like our subjects today. We got a lot of good ones. A lot of different ones.
Just a bunch of
messery.
A lot of messery. Hater-ation and messery.
Danceries and whatnot.
But the first thing we got to talk about is, so I was online, I was just going through a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yes.
And I came across this author by the name of Troy Gathers, and he's super dope. Like, this guy is so inspiring. He goes around to schools, to prisons, and he just educates. And I've been looking for him on social media because I'm like, we need to get this guy in here. But he just wrote this book called Systematic Female Ratchet. It's not the sisters. And basically what it focuses on, it's the system. It's basically what it focuses on is the perception of African American women, more so through media and also reality television, where basically we're putting it out there and we're watching this stuff on television, which is, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's fitting an agenda that the media is trying to fulfill. And then we take that and we kind of put these women in this idea of one whole group of people based off a systematic television show.
Yeah, okay. Are you done? Because I don't want to start.
No, I just want to hear. I mean, I'm just saying like a little. I haven't read the book. I ordered it, but I haven't received it yet.
Yeah,
I want to read it because it's such. I watch so much reality television. Right. If you guys know AfterBuzz, like this is, and Courtney be sitting right next to me talking to me about it.
Shaking my head.
And we talk about this a lot.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot
because it is. It gets to a point, and I started to look deeper into it because then not look deeper, think deeper into it, and I was like, okay. Like, when Nene first was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? She was chill, she was dope, she was someone I would kick it with. And then it's like, you almost get these shows where you put people who have new money, or you just give them some sort of new money,
Right.
and then they have to keep up with the Joneses. They have to keep up with old money that's being put on television. But the old money won't react a certain way, but they know that the new money will. It's so interesting. And to go from like Real Housewives to Bad Girls, and to sit and talk to the bad girls and hear their stories, it's almost like this needs to be like, this is crazy. Like, it's really crazy what we're doing, and then what it programs children. And it's all legal. It's all, these people sign up to do it. They
They're
choose
getting a
to do
check.
that. But people don't think of the bigger picture and what that represents and how that changes the world.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with that is that I like where he what Troy is getting with his book, and he wants to kind of change the perception of what that is, because he said in one of his references how he came from a strong black grandmother.
Yes.
And he said that his mother, he lived in the projects, I think, with his mother, and then his
New York,
grandmother
yeah.
lived in like a
rural South Carolina, outside of Charleston.
in a nice home, and he said that he's really grateful for his grandmother because she taught him a different perspective on life, and you know, I love that part. But my thing is back with kind of what you were saying originally with media. Yes, media portrays these images of the black women, and it's unfortunate because, like you said, younger people are looking at that. But on the flip side of that, media can only portray or show what people are doing. You know what I mean? If they're not acting that way, then there's nothing to tape to show.
Yes and no, because we have learned to a certain level, which the show Unreal that I constantly bring up on Lifetime,
I know, I still have to watch it. I still have to get into it.
displays the way that you can manipulate the art
Sure.
to make it
Absolutely.
things
Yeah.
and to bring
Stories can be
the
manipulated.
not best out of people.
Sure.
So
And the
in
way it's cut.
yes, people are misbehaving, so to speak, but they are also being placed in situations purposely to have the worst of them, because we all have
The worst
in us somewhere, and they're being often placed in situations to bring the worst out of them. Some of them rise above it and are able to do it, and some of them aren't, and that's real life, and that's just how things are. But I think I don't really know what his full argument is, obviously, because we don't have the book yet, but I would definitely be interested to read it. And I actually think, I mean, he's obviously specifically like dealing with the tropes of black women and how black women are the angry woman, and why those things are perpetuated through media. And I would venture to say that women in general are and not kindly, I guess is the best way to say it, portrayed for dramatic purposes in reality TV. So it is like a plain, I think it's sexism is listed first in that, and then the race to me comes after that. So whatever. I mean, it's interesting and great that at least somebody's like evaluating it and trying to like come up with theories about it, because the bottom line is, at a certain point, that whole like art reflecting life, life reflecting art, like it's mixed up, and we don't know what's life and what's art, and if are they imitating what they're seeing, or are they just being what they are, and we're putting on screen what they already are. I don't know that the answer to that is as clear as we think it is.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that, especially with a whole generation, that their television experience and media experience has been strongly with reality television. Like, if that's been the point of reference for a whole generation of kids and young women, like, I think it's something that's worth evaluating and looking at, and I'm glad he's doing it.
Well, you know, it's interesting, too, because the three of us, we don't want to say too much about this, but last week we got to see a screening of Birth of a Nation. So I think when I first saw this story and saw what his book was seemingly going to portray, it made me think about the movie and how the black women were the strong backbones for, obviously we already know that, but for the men back during slavery times, but how we've come so far, but yet it's this weird just circle that we're in right now with reality TV and the portrayal of women in general, not just black women, but women in general, but specifically what we're talking about right now is the black women, and how it, to me, is like, damn, it's kind of made me a little sad when I start thinking about it. Because we've
been through so much and like overcome so much, to be reduced to what is happening on reality television is actually very disheartening.
Yeah, and I get getting a check, you know what I mean? Like, listen. Yeah. I'm not going to say if you don't offer me a lot of money that I'm not going to act a little crazy on TV. I'm going to try not to, but I get it, and it's just like a carrot, it's just you keep getting that carrot and you keep going with it and you keep this portrayal up. And yes, reality TV, the way that they cut things sometimes is not. We've done reality TV, all three of us, in some regard.
We're also in a dangerous world right now where reality TV is getting played out. So now they're taking people who. It's like they go for younger. They go for the thirstier person who's going to just, they'll do it.
Right.
and then they fit them in like something like a Bad Girls Club. At this point, they aren't looking for original girls to come in and like really express themselves and be the type of person they want them to be. They're looking for girls who are going to be, oh, you're going to be the new Natalie Nunn, you're going to be the new this, you're going to be the new that. So it's like the black girl on the show always has these characteristics.
Right.
But every girl has certain characteristics,
Right.
but they focus on these ones because they know that works for the show.
Because they're picking characters, so they're still creating story, which is what we're supposed to be allowed to do and be okay with. But culturally, we don't really address what the way we're creating story is doing.
Honey, speaking of creating stories, someone done created one.
A serious story.
That is a hot goddamn pound. Have y'all seen this meme, Pepe the Frog? I didn't even know he had a name first.
I didn't know he had a name either, but I've seen him all over
I
the
knew
place.
he had a name.
I hate this frog. Like, he
I think
grosses
he's
me
great.
out. No, he freaks me out, and he reminds me of... all right, you guys might remember, but like back in the day in like math class, there was like this cartoon video that they used to make us watch, and it was like the cartoons looked like this.
I mean, I kind of know what you're talking about.
I
don't
could never remember the name of it.
cartoon.
Zach, I know you in the booth. Do you remember that? It was like math class, and it was something that they would put all across like in
Listen, I try to
middle
forget about
school.
math
Are
in
you
middle
talking
school.
about Number Munchers? It was a game?
I remember Number Munchers.
I remember that too, but no, it was an actual like a movie, like a video that you would put that they would put on in class. Anyway, so that's where I thought this was coming from, and he's like giving me like these flashbacks to math class. I was like, no. But so okay, Pepe the Frog, right? We've seen him around. He's been around since like 2005. He was created from a comic series called Boys Club by Matt Fury.
Yep.
So in the meme world, we take a picture of something and we use it for all these different things. And so the frog has become this. What is this? Mean Medium Mike Toads?
Is that it?
Wait,
Is
click
that
a
your
little
video?
forward. Let me see what the things look like. No, that is not it. That freaks me out too, though.
You must not like frogs. You just don't
You
like
got a
frogs.
frog. Think about frogs.
They got
Frog
warts
phobia.
and stuff. I can't. All right. So, but anyways, the Anti-Defamation League has now named Pepe a hate symbol. Reason being is that so the internet has used this frog for a very long time, but then it became almost like pop culture. Everyone was using
Yeah.
it. Well, apparently there's this online troll group called Alt-Right, and they're a bunch of hackers and trolls, and they wanted to reclaim this meme for them and their ideology because they hate that pop culture has taken a hold of this ugly frog. I'm like, y'all can have that. So basically, they created all these racist memes with him. They took this one. They had one of Donald Trump.
They had a Hitler one.
A Hitler one. They had one that was in blackface, and it was like, "You'll always be a blank."
Yeah.
KKK. It was just
KKK,
crazy stuff. And so the Anti-Defamation League has come out to say that it is a hate symbol. Matt Fury's like, yo, I just created a frog,
Right.
and I can't help that there are ignorant-ass people out there. The frog is not a hate symbol.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry people are using it for that, but more people are using it for just whatever feelings and whatever memes they want to. What do you guys take on this? Because, like, can you take something and, like, can something like that become the symbol of hatred? If a group honestly was to take it over and...
I mean, because if it becomes so pervasive, like that it's just if it, at a certain point, like if it totally only means this to most people, then does that not make it a hate? Like if it's so, like if they've got it out there so much as a hate symbol, and at a certain point, like that's all that people sort of, the majority of people recognize it as, does that not then qualify it as a hate symbol, even if it was not intended that way to begin with? I mean, I think maybe.
Because I'm like, okay, if it was like the frog and everything he's doing is making fun of French, because like I think Pepe, Pepe.
Yeah,
I think,
right.
And he's making fun of French people, or like, and like that's what he's used for and was created for, and that's the catalyst of it. Then fine, but I'm like, people take pictures of memes of Nene
That's what I
and
was
use it
gonna say.
towards negative things.
I mean,
or-
I'm with Matt, the creator. I mean, that wasn't his intention when he first made it in would you say 2005?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything, look how many memes we look at every day that has been created and warped and destroyed and made into something else, and that's not what it was created for. So,
Hashtag leave Pepe alone.
leave Pepe alone.
Pepe alone.
Tell him that.
Stop putting Hitler mustaches on him.
I know.
Jesus. As if he ain't scary.
But I wonder why him though. Like why the frog?
Because he looks so surly all the time. Like he's just like, Pepe is like the stankiest, like
He really is.
meme
He
face.
does look like real stank.
Because he took over. Because for Kermit, another frog, had some great memes of like with some attitude and some side eye. But
Right.
like Pepe brought it to another level. Like Pepe just he looked hateful.
Yeah.
He does look a little
But that's
or a
funny,
little shady.
because
He
how
look a
come
little
Kermit
shady.
isn't looked at as a hate symbol? I mean,
Because
really?
he got Miss Piggy.
Because Kermit
But Kermit
could never
represents
be a hate
now
symbol. No.
shade.
Kermit, he represents shade, but not hate. He
Hate,
will
right.
shade you, but he
Right.
ain't calling you out your name
No.
inappropriately. He's just
Miss
sipping
Piggy ain't
tea.
having that. So
Well, Miss Piggy,
You know what I'm saying?
have you seen their show? Miss Piggy needed to be a symbol of hate.
Oh, no. She is a hater.
She goes in regular.
She does go
I
in.
like that show. That was pretty good.
She does go
It was
in.
good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. All right.
That's my stories
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
and all that tea.
And all that tea. But you also like to play a little fantasy football, though, don't you, Jesse?
Sure do.
Sure do.
Sure do. Sure enough did. And guess what code I used? Geek. Because that's the code. What we're doing here, y'all, is DraftKings.com I always want to say Final Fantasy.
That's 'cause
because
it's a video game.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's
It's
not
because
that.
you have
It's
a fantasy of playing these different players and winning that money. That's your fantasy.
Winning
and winning in the
money.
final, okay?
Yes.
So that's what you guys can do. They are offering tons of money over there. DraftKings.com. I mean, people are winning money. How much
$1
did the guy
million
live?
in total prizes.
But didn't-
Yes. Somebody came in 800th place last week, I think they said. Hold on, I have to find the details. There was a player who finished 800 in week one's biggest fantasy football contest and took home $100. Like, don't play.
Listen,
That's a couple
that's
weeks
great
of
money.
gas money.
First
you know
of all,
what I'm saying?
if I can come in 800th in
800th.
something, I know I can do better than 800.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, that should be inspiration. Because, we all stars. We can come in above 800.
We can do it, but what I like about it, it's just really easy to do because you can pick your players. You can, I can team up against you. We could
You would
have
never
old
win
school
against me.
rivalries that we had from a year ago and still play against each other. I just like the fact that it's really easy with the code. You just use the code GEEK and then you just go in, you pick those players, you play the team. Especially right now with football season starting back up, it makes me excited.
It's very
And
exciting.
we know someone else who had tried to do another fantasy football thing, but he always had to wait. This one you don't. You can play whenever
whenever you
Right
want.
away,
You can
do
choose
it.
whoever you want. They're really lax with the lineup and whatnot. So
Yeah.
make sure y'all check out
Check it out.
DraftKings.com. Use the promo code GEEK.
Geek.
Yes.
Geek, geek,
All
geek.
right. Courtney, I know you got some amazing topics
I
for us
do.
today as well.
I have some serious topics this week, guys.
You do get the more serious
I
ones
always
this week.
get this. Why do I get the serious ones? Okay, well, this serious one, I'm glad to say to everybody out there. So I'm one of those people that was like, "Oh, Bill Cosby, damn, damn, damn!" Like you took everything away from us that we got from you because you are such a mess. But there's always something positive that comes out of something horrible. And apparently, because of all the hot messery, for those of y'all that's been under a rock, Bill Cosby, like.
And if you watch this, we've been talking about
We've been
it.
talking about this. He was accused of raping and attacking like 500 women, and he's on trial right now for one woman who actually still fit in the statute of limitations and could actually take him to court about what he had done to her. And so, because
Insert
of
Pepe face.
Insert Pepe's real stank face. But so all over the place, the big argument and sadness of this whole situation with Bill Cosby was that a lot of these women hadn't come forward for years and
Yeah.
years and years, and at this point they had no legal recourse in almost any place in this country. Well, California's changing it up for you ladies and gentlemen because rape and molestation happens to all
very
people. The California governor just signed a bill that lifts the statute of limitations for rape and child molestation cases. Previously, you basically had to come forward and try to get someone convicted and charged within 10 years of the crime happening. That's no longer the case. They have lifted that law, and it will also end the time limit for older cases on which the statute of limitations has not already expired.
Yeah.
So if you were still in the 10-year period now, you still have years of availability to go. The law goes into effect next year.
Yeah.
And of course, like I said, the ruling came because of the situation, in light of the situation with Bill Cosby. And there are other places that are taking action also based on some of what has happened. Right now, 17 other states don't have a statute of limitations for rape. Colorado doubled their time limit from 10 years to 20 years. So that was an increase. Nevada changed their limit from 4 to 20 years. I was shocked that it was only 4 to begin with, but okay. And all of those places, they they say they were all prompted by what was going on with the Bill Cosby case.
It's so crazy that that's what took it to even change. You know? I mean, I went and looked up some statistics. According to DisasterCenter.com, there were 9,387 forcible rapes in California in 2015. It actually had increased because in 2014 it was 8,389. I was like, damn, that is just some scary statistics.
Scary and crazy. I also, but I the statute of limitations thing I am excited about and glad for, but at the same time, it kind of unnerves me legally because if at any point for the child molestation thing, it is. I don't want to say it because I don't want to place value judgment on anything. That's why I'm like short for words.
It's hard to talk.
But it's difficult in my brain, my law brain, to think like 35 years from now, like some of these women that came forward that said they were raped by Cosby in like 1965. Yes, you can bring a case against him. Based on the way we're supposed to innocent until proven guilty and the things that you need to prove someone guilty and to be able to go back that far and try to figure out, like, I just think I guess now we have technology, so like rape kits need to be, well, that's another thing, like governments need to be able to really process rape kits and keep them on file, and because like, and I think it was Michigan that has like 5,000 rape kits that have not even been processed over the years, but the idea of like being able to make these allegations towards someone 40 years later, yes, that's great for the victim, but also the person that is technically innocent until proven guilty is not the perpetrator until we actually know what happened. So I just think it's a weird space to be in, because I can't imagine, like, say for instance, you are an innocent person, which could be possible. Sometimes. It happens. And this is coming at you 40 years later, and they're trying to prove, like, what are they doing and what do you, like, I don't really know how that works itself out. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm even trying to say. I just think it's kind of strange.
It's
and
it's a tough situation.
It's just weird.
But this hopefully will make it a little bit better.
I definitely love it more than 4 freaking years, because if somebody comes back like 10, whatever, and kids like suppress things all the time and it doesn't come out.
But that's the thing. You know, I think that's why they had to do it that way, because of, you know, just suppression and that kind of thing.
It's crazy.
All right.
Just don't be doing bad things, guys.
Yeah, that's simple.
Please
it's a tough subject.
Don't do things like that. Okay, well, positive other things happening in the world this week. Meditation is introduced at an awesome school in Baltimore. The school is called the Robert W. Coleman Elementary School, and basically what they have done is replaced detention with meditation for disruptive students.
I love this idea, by the way.
What they do, like, so if a kid's being a little chump, the teacher can be like, all right, you go to the mindful moment room. And that's a comfortable room filled with pillows and simple decorations and lamps. And basically in that environment, they are encouraged to talk about what happened, why they were acting out. They practice breathing exercises, and they meditate. The Holistic Life Foundation is a nonprofit in that area that helps to create the Mindful Moment Room, and they also have an after-school program that they created that is called Holistic Me, and it teaches children yoga and other mindful exercises to work out their mind, and they act as mentors to these kids and teach them about the importance of the environment and help them with school. So it's sort of a let's nourish your mind approach to misbehavior that they've taken on, and it's actually been super successful because there have been 0 suspensions at this school since last year.
Yeah. I love it. I love the idea. Now, my question with it, because I went and looked at the school's website, because I want to know more about the school, because I was like, is this a rich school?
Yeah.
You know, what area
like,
is this in?
What are they doing?
But it had majority black teachers and students, and it's 300 students pre-kindergarten to 5th grade, and it was highly rated as well. Now, I still don't know, you know, as far as the level of wealth, you know, with this area, in the neighborhood, I don't know. I was trying to find it out, but I just couldn't find it before we started the show. But here's my thing: if I like this for all schools, because I think it actually is a great program to add to schools, to kids, because I think that, you know, a lot of times the old school way of thinking about how to teach kids with certain things, I think, you know, works with some, but some it doesn't work. And if you give kids an outlet to kind of have a different way of thinking, and like they said, right after, they were using examples like right after the kid would do something or be disruptive in class a little bit, talking or whatever, they would bring the kid right into the meditation room, explain to them why they were being brought in there, talk to them, you know, start the meditation process. I think that's genius. But if you're in a lower income school, how hard is that to put that into all of those like school programming nationwide? That's really my question. Because I think that this is something.
I mean, I can't imagine it's that hard. Like, because if you have a detention set up, that means you have some sort of authority figure that oversees detention, because they don't just put the kids in a room by themselves. So you already have staff that you put in place of it. It's just a matter of, can you train the staff in these methods, so to speak? Like,
well, that's what I mean.
Because usually the detention person is like just sleeping
and just sitting there annoyed that they have to be there.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it obviously requires additional training in terms of what meditation is and whatever. But I think there's a level of it that can be definitely done easily, like breathing exercises and being able to talk as to what's really going on and like figure it out instead of just constantly sending the kid to detention and blah, blah, blah. Like, I think it matters, and I think it's positive.
You guys ever have peer mediators in your school?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, do they still do that stuff?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I haven't heard of them.
Because my brother, they never had that growing up, and he's only a few grades younger than me. And I'm just like, that was something that, it was always like an older grades student, and they would come in and it was just, you talk about it, you talk about the issues, because if you're just giving someone detention and the kid thinks, well, I wasn't wrong in the first place, but to hear both sides out and have that conversation, and even because then I get to the thing of like, okay, I could just see this being horrible, because now you're putting bad kids in a room and telling them to be quiet.
I mean,
I can just picture like that, like someone just messing around or something, being disrespectful or something like that. But if it's a constant thing where you're constantly forcing them to come to this room where they have to communicate their emotions, that is, I think that's really interesting.
And I think it's cool because it's elementary school, so they're still in a place where, like, because the whole goal would be to, like, I would think, like, figure out, like, you are acting out because you feel this way, or because you're frustrated about this or whatever, and like teaching them how to police themselves instead of just punishing them for the behavior, because when you typically my interaction with young children, which is minimal but I've had some, like when they get to express whatever's going on, or if you can get to them to a place of being able to express it, like that's what changes the behavior. Punishment doesn't always change the behavior for every kid, because they, like you said, like they might not understand, or why am I in here, especially when you're in 5th grade, you're like 11, 10, you're 10 in 5th grade, I think. So it's brilliant, I think.
It's brilliant. I didn't need meditation because my meditation was the fear of God of my parents finding out when I got home.
Okay.
And their meditation was called use the hand on the butt.
Yes.
So,
but we can't beat the kids.
But we can't beat the kids no more. They get in trouble for doing that. We got to find other ways. Spiritual.
I did wonder though, does that then present for a lot of people? And I wonder what the parents, because I didn't see any real parent reaction.
Religious.
Yeah, I thought that. Because I'm like, ooh. When you say meditation, like that, especially for Christians that I know, like that can tread into.
But what's the room called?
It's called the Mindful Moment Room.
Now
but meditation is just sitting and breathing.
Everybody doesn't believe that. Yeah. Everybody doesn't believe that's what the meditation actually is, and I don't know that that's all that they're doing. Like,
well, they said yoga,
meditation?
like they said
they're
also
teaching yoga and all of that, and but sometimes yoga here is absent of what the Far East yoga practices and what the spiritual element of that was, so that could be fine. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. It's the first thing I thought of when I was like, oh, so now this at a law school, these people are gonna be like, that ain't Jesus. Like, I wonder where the balance is.
But the more you talked about the story and brought up mindful moment, I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Sounds a little more PC.
Like, I get what they're probably not trying to go too deep maybe, but I could see there being some major resistance.
I could see that. But you're going to have resistance with everything. So I say still try it, because I say it can't hurt. If they're getting the results in Baltimore for this, why not test it out in certain schools? Test it out in certain areas. See, take little small doses of it and check it out and see if it works.
Yeah.
Mindful moment.
I'd like my child, if I had one, to go holistic and have a meditation room.
Like, go meditate.
I might join.
Remember that kid doctor that pretended to be a holistic guy?
Oh, yeah, he was a 19-year-old kid.
He got arrested again for fraud. He was doing some new scam in Vegas or something. That randomly just popped up because
he may need to go.
He needs
more than meditation.
Yeah.
He needs Jesus. That's what he needs.
He needs Jesus meditation. All All right. Is that all you got for us today, Courtney?
That's all.
All right. Well, before we move on to our UR Web Story Spotlight, I want to remind everybody to subscribe to Black Hollywood Live. We've got some great shows. Courtney is actually on a new show right now, Eat, Pray, Live, with Sheree Fletcher, who's the former Mrs. Will Smith. They got a great show talking about life. Why don't you tell a little bit about
It's
your show?
an awesome show. We're just trying to touch every part of what we go through as humans walking through the world. And this week, actually, you can check us out. We were talking about divorce and unhappiness. And is unhappiness really a reason to get a divorce?
She talked about Will Smith?
She did. She talked
she got
about
a
her
little
But did she
relationship.
like talk more, or is she like
Right, she got-
You will have to check out the show
Well, I
to
learned something
find
about
out
Will
what
that
she
I've never
said.
read about.
You
know what I mean?
will learn lots of amazing things, and
Look at her,
Sheree's
she
a
like
brilliant
being
woman,
very PC right
and
now.
I think you guys should check it out because there was some great conversation. It's a great panel of cast, and we had some great things to chat about when it comes to love and relationships and marriage and divorce.
Well, today is your premiere day.
It was premiere day today, so check it out
out
on YouTube, guys. It was awesome.
And then, of course, you got to check out The Beat with DJ Jesse J. He's always doing his thing, bringing in all the flavor, all the different music acts and performers and artists and all that kind of fun stuff.
all that kind of stuff. And reality check. Boom.
And reality check.
Yes.
And you just find me here with them because I don't want to do nothing else.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know,
he's
he's
lazy,
out here
y'all. He don't be
running
doing nothing.
network.
You know, I'm
He
just trying
be-
to run a network.
Like, I'm trying to be pretty.
Yeah,
Am I
I'm
shiny
trying.
today,
Am I
guys?
shiny today? That's all I got to say.
That's what.
All right, now check us out. Please subscribe to us and keep giving us comments because we get a lot of comments from you guys for this week and we love them.
appreciate
We appreciate
it.
them. Even, we like when you guys get into little fights too. You guys fight about.
It's not fighting. It is
Oh,
spirited
Look,
debate.
Derrial's so ratchet.
Excuse me. Voice
How
your
you gonna
opinions.
on your
And
debates?
voice your opinions.
Share.
Voice your
We love your
opinions.
comments.
Voice your opinions. That's
Y'all
what
be
I'm
teaching
saying.
me stuff
Listen,
sometimes like I didn't think of.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like,
what I'm
oh,
saying.
I didn't think about it like that. Thank you.
And you guys come from all over. We got London, Africa, New York, Ohio. You know, I like that. I like that. That's what it's all about.
Hey, we love
all right. Now to the ER Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
It's the party, y'all.
All right. I feel like my next two sections are all about the election in some form of a way. We're saying, all
Hey,
right.
we have to talk about it
We gotta
until
talk
it's
about
over,
that.
y'all. We still got another month.
Well, you know I love me some Mary J. Blige, and
We do,
we
but
all
we
love
was
Mary J.
confused as
Blige.
hell.
But people this week have been confused as hell, as Courtney was saying, over a recent sit-down that's coming up on September 30th,
yes.
with Hillary Clinton.
That's tomorrow, y'all.
Tomorrow with Mary J. Blige. It's basically for her new show on Apple Music. It's called The 411.
Yes, it is.
Which I was excited about when I first heard about it because I was like, you know, Mary, go in.
Wait,
get
did you
it.
hear about it before you saw the commercial?
I had heard about it. Yeah.
okay.
I read
'Cause
about it.
I
didn't.
But I didn't know
and I
anything.
just saw this commercial. I was like, wait, what? Is this a spoof? Is this Saturday
No,
Night
but I didn't
Live?
know anything. It really wasn't a lot of information on what it was. It just
No.
says Mary J. It was just saying Mary J. Blige was the 411 show, and I'm thinking it's going to be information. You know, like
Yeah.
interviews, her giving the 411 of her life or whoever she's interviewing. Well, her premiere show.
She gave us some
She's giving us some 411. We don't know what that 411 is according
in
to
a
the
song.
promo because she sits down, like I said, with Hillary Clinton, and we have a little clip here because the Hater-ation was in full effect with Mary J on this one because people were saying, you know, what is she doing? What's going on? You know, what's
Y'all just take a look at that.
Just take a look and then we'll talk about it. We got a little clip here with her sitting down with Miss
Because
Clinton.
it's crazy.
If an officer stops you, always be polite and never ever run away. Promise mama you'll keep your hands inside.
How many times did you watch this?
Is it a gun? Is it a knife? Is it a wallet? This is your life. It ain't no secret. It ain't no secret. No secret, my friend. You can get killed just for living in your American
You get
skin. Oh.
Well,
Can I be Hillary Clinton?
that was the promo.
Where we go
Oh, hold on, it's a little bit more. Bam, there you go.
It ain't no secret, y'all.
September 30th.
You can
Mary J. Blige.
I think it was a secret, and Hillary's still trying to figure out what the secret
Hillary's
was.
face.
I'm not mad at neither one of them. I'm mad at the producer that put that
Thank you.
together
Yep.
as the trailer
That's
for
real.
this new show.
Yep, for real.
That's who I'm mad at.
It ain't Mary's fault. It ain't Hillary's
I wasn't
fault.
mad at Hillary because Hillary just looking at her like
Uncomfortable as hell.
But that's Hillary's look though.
Yeah.
You know, that's her normal
But that's why
look.
whoever the producer is should know, okay, everyone's biggest complaint of Hillary is she don't get a personality. So why would you put a very confusing topic for Hillary in song through Mary J. Blige.
But that as the promo is like completely out of context.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what they were talking
We don't
about.
know what
Like
they're
why
talking
did she
about,
launch into the song?
Yeah.
Like did the song come out? Did they write it together in that moment? Like
and why
we
is she
don't
still
know.
holding
But now
her-
we're all gonna watch it because
I don't watch it just because.
I need to know. I need to know. Tell me,
honey.
baby girl.
Tell me because I need to know.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is because we don't have any reference to what the story was. I mean, people went in on this because that's obviously the promo that they're using. So Mary got on her, started tweeting because, this is what I love about Mary. Mary keeps it, no matter what, no matter how much floss that Mary got, she keep it back to the hood sometimes, which I love about her. She said in this statement, everybody shut the F up. The R&B singer also said in a quick delete, the hashtag take that, hashtag haters, hashtag crabs in a barrel, hashtag simple-minded, hashtag the 411.
Ooh, girl.
She trying to
It's
keep
like
that Apple
that?
paycheck. She was
upset. She was upset.
But why, Mary? Come on,
Why?
like you out here.
That's as a preview. Like we don't know what the hell you doing.
I mean, yeah, like I would be more mad at Apple for putting that together, and you know what I mean. Just because I want to believe that I would want to be friends with Mary J. Blige because I feel like conversation with her would probably be bomb as hell.
Yeah, and I feel like that interview was probably amazing, and I can't believe that that's the best they could have pulled out.
Yeah, I don't know why they used that as the.
Because they're like, ooh, we got Mary J. Blige, she's a singer. Let's like.
But even the music that they chose for it didn't even go with the.
It was
the
like
spot.
a bad sit down with Oprah.
Well, nothing's bad when it
Or
comes to
Barbara
No, what I'm
Walters,
saying
but
is like
Barbara
it's a
Walters
bad
wasn't
version
talking
of
about.
what like
Look,
Oprah
you
was
saw
doing.
me. I got defensive when you
there's
talked about
nothing
Oprah.
bad
I was like,
of
hold on, Oprah.
No,
it's like they tried to bite off
I
like when
got
we
you,
get the
yeah.
like remember when Lindsay Lohan sat down with Oprah like in those promos like
Oh, yeah.
that's like it's like the bootleg version of
It
what
is.
Oprah did.
It is.
That's why, honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was like
joke?
an SNL skit because she also did the intro for The View. Mm-hmm. Which I was
She
like,
did.
why?
Yeah.
Why is
You're
there?
like, why?
Why is there a music video for this? Like the song, great, love it. I love that Mary's getting these checks and making that, but the music video with all those women. And then I thought to myself, okay, this is cute. And I'm like, what does this really look? What's this really gonna look like? And then I was like, why can't Mary J be on The View?
You mean as a host?
Yeah, like replace her with Raven.
Oh well, I wouldn't be mad at
They
that.
can't
But then
replace her
no,
with
because
Yeah,
they
we need
need the
somebody
millennial.
as a
They need a
millennial.
millennial. Well, here's some of the comments that were affecting Mary. At Wicked Beauty said that Mary J. Blige / Hillary Clinton commercial is so cringeworthy, and I felt secondhand embarrassment. At C. Benjamin Rucker said,
look at your nails.
C. Clinton, what are you going? C. Clinton, what are you going to do about not just the hateration, but all that holleration in this dancery of America, Mary J. Blige?
They had those on memes because I hadn't
the
even
meme?
seen the video.
That meme
I
was
only saw
great.
the
Yo,
meme.
but what if
Right.
it was like Pepe with the Mary J.
No. This one might have been my favorite one. At Y'all Die said, I was looking out for a directed by Tyler Perry at the end of that Mary J. Blige and Hillary Clinton interview ad. I wanted to leave the room. I was like, damn, people went in. People, just, you can't win in this business.
You can't win.
You can't win in this
can't win.
business, man.
Win.
Right.
You can't break even. You can't get out the game.
Mary's glasses definitely did take, like, I just was focused on them.
She always wears big glasses.
Because the bangs were underneath the glasses.
The whole bowl cut in general.
And I love Mary. Listen, I love everything she does.
That wig was off the chain.
Yeah, it was just a bad. I got to go with it as a bad promo.
You know what I mean,
People
Mary?
were
I be
going
looking a hot mess all the time on the carpet. So
Listen.
it's like, you know
I
what I mean?
can't
But we
wait
just
to
watch
see
it
your
back.
show,
We love
Mary.
it, and we're gonna support
I'ma
you.
support you,
I'm gonna
Mary.
watch. Well, do I have to buy it?
Probably.
Because
If
it's Apple
on
Music.
Probably not.
Probably not. I don't think.
They'll let me watch it on YouTube or something.
Probably.
Yeah, because it's. I would assume it's.
Because I don't have Apple Music.
If it's a podcast, I wonder if it'll be podcast.
I don't know.
They probably gonna make us have to buy Apple Music.
I mean,
I have Apple Music, so.
I'll watch it at your house.
I'll do it just because I want to see what Mary's going to be talking about and who she's going to have as her guest.
Just the fact that Mary J. Blige and Hillary Clinton are sitting down having a conversation,
I think
to me,
it's fabulous.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like you would never. I wouldn't picture those two sitting down having a conversation.
Not at all. I mean, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, Hillary is making her rounds, but
Yeah.
I mean, clearly this topic was about police brutality. I mean,
Right.
we know that much, but it's just they
That
could
was
have
a topic.
they could have done. Well, I mean, for that promo, they
Yeah,
could
like
have
how
done.
long is the show?
Yeah,
Like,
they could have done. They could have given me a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree.
Except for
Like
telling
it
me
should have been like
September 20th.
sliced. Maybe we should have gotten like a clip of her singing
Yeah.
"In Your American Skin," and then we have a reaction from Hillary like "I
Right.
believe in your skin."
Yeah,
and like we
something.
could have
Yeah,
had like
I feel that. There you
chop
go.
it up.
Honey,
Oh, that's
honey,
all
you
we
should
only
be the.
need.
I got Courtney. You should be the producer for that show.
No, please,
Apple
Mary,
Music.
what's up?
I
Apple
love
Music.
producing.
Apple
I would have
Music,
made
Mary.
that happen.
We got
you know
your
what I'm
producer.
saying? Because I would have been pissed if I saw that and I was Mary. I'd been like, what the hell did y'all just do? What? They don't even make no damn sense. That would have been my reaction.
See, I like that. Okay, but since we got to wrap up soon, in other news, also featuring Hillary Clinton, was the presidential debate this year.
Yes.
I watched the entire thing with my mouth open
did.
and just in shock with a lot of stuff. As expected, the press reported that Donald Trump was not necessarily prepared for this,
No.
and that Hillary, in that stance, crushed him in that arena. Now, what they're also kind of
Would you guys
predicting-
think anyone really crushed?
I would say that she had her facts way more together than he did, as far as like he was cutting her off a lot and cutting Lester Holt off a lot, who was the moderator.
Yeah.
But he really wasn't saying much to me. I mean, he didn't really have a lot of points to me.
Yeah.
Where she, you know, there's a pro and con to this with Hillary. Hillary has a lot of facts, but you just don't know her personality. She is, when they say that she's very robotic, I do agree with that, in the sense of like you kind of don't know how to read her a little bit. But
But seeing the two of them, it's like she needs to be the next part. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, that's a different subject. But the thing is, what a lot of the media has also reported, that even though it's alleged that people think that Hillary really won this debate, in the predictions of the poll, they're still neck and neck.
Yeah,
They said normally
the people that are voting for Trump don't care.
they don't care. That's what they're saying. They said that people who are voting for Trump, like you said, they don't care about him coming in with facts because they're tired of the old politicians coming in with all these promises and living up to all these things that they don't live up to.
No.
So it's not even going to affect him. So it's really still going to come down right to the wire during voting.
and did you see YouTube and other social media sites, Birth of a Nation, and also Hamilton? They're all like getting people registered
Yeah.
and doing this whole minute and 40-something seconds to get yourself
Get yourself registered.
yourself
It's so
registered.
After this, it was like, oh shit, yo, we need to.
Please vote. It was literally like watching a fight on a playground in like 4th grade because
It
he
was.
completely was like, but you've been here forever and you ain't did nothing. And
He
she's
said
like,
nothing.
I'm trying to explain, but you did here and you ain't did
Well,
nothing.
I have
Like
a
he just kept saying the same shit over and over.
I actually have a funny little fact here. So the Washington Post reported that Trump sniffed, sniffed and interrupted Hillary 58 times.
You know he got accused of coke, right?
Oh.
I heard a
I
little something
forget
about
which
that. but-
person tweeted it as a joke, but they were like, the cocaine is a problem, brother. Like,
I've never
Well,
feel
I
like
never
he-
thought about it.
I don't feel like he has a
That
coke
much.
personality.
I don't really feel he has a coke personality, but who knows? I mean, there's lots of people
You know
out
what I
there.
mean? Like, I know a lot of
What does that
coke
really mean? But an estimated 100 million people tuned in. They watched it on TV. More than 6.7 million tweeted about it. 18.6 million engaged on Facebook. We have a little clip we're going to play really quickly of the race relations topic that took place and how Donald responded to it. So here we go.
Law and order. Now, whether or not in a place like Chicago you do stop and frisk, which worked very well, Mayor Giuliani is here, it worked very well in New York, it brought the crime rate way down. But you take the gun away from criminals that shouldn't be having it. We have gangs roaming the street, and in many cases, they're illegally here, illegal immigrants, and they have guns, and they shoot people. And we have to be very strong, and we have to be very vigilant. We have to know what we're doing. Right now, our police, in many cases, are afraid to do anything. We have to protect our inner cities because African American communities are being decimated by crime.
Your 2 minutes is expired, but I do want to follow
didn't
up.
answer
Stop
the
and
question.
He didn't answer the question.
He
so-
never answered the
constitutional
question.
in New York because it largely singled out black and Hispanic.
Okay, so that's just a little clip. You guys can obviously find the entire thing
Yeah.
on YouTube if you missed it, but it's definitely, if you did miss it, please watch it
Please
because
check
you
it
learn
out.
a lot. He was criticized, as I was saying before, about him not knowing his facts, but he also was criticized because he kept talking about Obama and the fact that he didn't really address the question on his basically goal to prove that Obama wasn't an American citizen.
Yeah.
He got criticized for the stop and frisk, obviously, because
Which was found unconstitutional, and he said
he
no,
said that it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Right, and so there was a lot of debate back and forth with that, and he also got criticized for Hillary Clinton with the private email scandal thing about the deleted emails and him going in on her about that. But then she got criticized for not really answering that question and for also being a little bit too polished, and she just seemed like she just was just too robotic and just was too over rehearsed. But I still say, if as far as facts, she had the facts.
And if you want to call robotic being too rehearsed, meaning because she was preparing, she was doing mock debates that morning, like so she was constantly doing like if the preparation is what made her even more robotic, then thank you for preparing and doing your homework. I appreciate that because at this point, I don't care if you're smiley and joyful and all that. I just want to know like if you know your shit and you're gonna actually do something that's possibly good. And he's a mess. Like, he's just a mess. But I want his T-shirt. Did y'all see his T-shirt?
His T-shirt, yeah.
He has a T-shirt with a wee, like his hair. You can like brush it different ways.
Yeah.
We
should all get it and wear it. We'll get it for the election. We'll get it by the election.
It's his? Like,
I don't think it's his. I think
somebody put it out.
He's stupid. He should have owned that.
Yeah, he should have owned it. But it's hilarious. It literally has got his wig, and you can brush it which direction. You can give him bangs. It's fantastic. I want it.
Well, you know.
And that's what our presidential election has become.
Once again, it's going to come down to the wire. We gotta get out of here, but it's going to come down to the wire. And
go vote, guys.
Go vote. Even though they're telling, I was just reading something. They were telling millennials not to vote, and I'm just like, come on.
Oh, that's a video.
That's just
they're like, stand up for it because your rebellion means something. And Melissa Joan Hart is supporting the other candidate, who's Gary Johnson or whatever, and she's saying like, stand for what you believe in. You can believe in it all you want, but your candidate's not going to win. So you might want to get the candidate that will be all right, and then you can build up your candidate that you want to win in 4 years.
Yes. Also remember to go check out the PBS The Choice 2016. It's worth your time to watch it for sure.
Very interesting.
Jesse, where can fans find you?
Everywhere, DJ Jesse J.
Courtney.
I'm everywhere at Stuart Starlet.
And you can find me at Derrial Christon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Please follow us all and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and have an amazing weekend.
Love us.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
And Rachel will be back then, hopefully.
Oh, you know what I mean.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Derrial Christon, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.